Hello friends, I am Sarah.
I'm Vicky.
Welcome to Moral Story.
Welcome to Moral Story.
Although India has made great strides in the field of nuclear research, many of those who worked in it are no longer in this world today. Their deaths are still shrouded in mystery. Who are all these people? Why did they die? Who killed them or incited them to suicide? Come see many such information in full detail below.
Let's go into the video.
Let's go into the video.
India today is one of the most nuclear-armed countries in the world. Scientists at the Baba Atomic Research Center played a key role in the development of nuclear weapons in India. It was under their guidance that India developed nuclear weapons and today is one of the world's strongest nations. Many of the scientists who developed this nuclear weapon have mysteriously died. Did you know? Let's see what it is about.
Homi Jahangir Baba. He was instrumental in the discovery of nuclear weapons in India. Today, India runs a nuclear weapons research center named after him. He was the first to tell the world that India would build a nuclear weapon for it. He said that too would happen very soon in the 1960s.
But shortly after he said this, he was on an Air India flight to Vienna, Austria, when he was killed in a plane crash in the Mount Black. The bag he was carrying while traveling was missing from the crash site. No information about this bag was available until 2012.
In 2012, the government said it had found the bag of an Indian man in the area. But it does not contain any important documents. He may have deliberately performed this accident just now. There was talk that this might have been done by stealing India's nuclear weapons design. But did he take with him important documents on the manufacture of nuclear weapons on that trip? No one knows for sure.
In 2008, Loganathan Mahalingam, an Indian nuclear researcher, worked at the Kika Atomic Power Station in Karnataka. He went for a walk one morning in June 2008 and never returned. His body was recovered 5 days ago. The Indian media did not cover his death.
But a media outlet in Pakistan knows how to make full use of India's nuclear reactor cylinder. He is one of the few people in India who knows how to use it to the fullest. It is the only one used by many teams at other nuclear power plants and is said to have worked on all the rams.
As part of this information, the media release came as a shock to many. All these things will not be reported to the Indian media. Not only this, a few days before his death, his housemate Ravi Newell was killed by a tree. No one knows how Ravi Newell and he died.
Padmanabhan Iyer was a senior researcher at the Baba Atomic Research Center. He was found dead on February 23, 2010 at the age of 48 in the apartment of the Baba Atomic Research Center where he resides.
No other fingerprints or traces were found at the scene. The cause of death was not immediately clear. He told police during interrogation that he had been a homosexual. But there is no evidence for that. Although the police have completed the case, there is no solution.
Umar Rao is a retired employee of the Baba Atomic Research Center. He was found dead at his home at the age of 63. I wrote to him at his house that I did not want to hold anyone responsible for this decision. But neighbors say there are no signs that he was depressed or suicidal.
His autopsy report also said it was a suicide. Even though he committed suicide, he did not have enough evidence as to why he committed suicide.
A fire broke out at the Baba Atomic Research Center on December 30, 2009 in the photochemistry laboratory. Umang Singh Pathar and Pathim Bagh were killed.
During the investigation, it was ascertained that there were no burning objects at the scene of the fire. Why didn't he come out of the lab after studying the fire? As no one knows.
Both of them are doing research on pre-radical reaction, anti-accident studies of plant exits. Have been doing work there including
Muhammad Mustafa. He worked as a scientist at the Indira Gandhi Atomic Research Center in Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. The 24-year-old committed suicide by cutting off his hands in 2012 in the same quarters where he was staying.
He has only been in the job for 1 year. It has been a few months since he was made permanent. He has no pressure at work. No one then knows why he committed suicide.
Didas Paul worked as a scientist at the Baba Atomic Power Station at the age of 27. He was found dead at his home one evening. He was found hanging from the ventilator of the house. He had gone to work as usual on the day of his death. He was also one of the most important nuclear scientists to die mysteriously.
Talia Nike, a senior researcher at the Saga Institute of Nuclear Physics, died in hospital in 2009 after drinking mercury chloride. He was suddenly heard screaming from the house when a chemistry teacher from the next house rescued him and took him to the hospital.
It was there that he was found to have drunk mercury chloride. Many shouted that it might be suicide. But he had no reason to commit suicide. Prior to his death, he was studying radioactive material. Some say he was trying for a new invention.
Tirumala Prasad Tenkar, a native of Ini Rajendra Nagar, worked at the Rajara Manna Development Technology Center. He was found hanged in his home in 2010. He was charged with suicide. His body was recovered 3 days after his death. His senior GS Lodha is said to have been the cause of his death, and it seems that he had given him a torch.
Obis Sivamat 33 was the crew of India's first nuclear submarine, the Inzerhound. K.K. Jose, who was in charge of the engine room at the submarine construction site, was found dead near a railway track near Vishakhapatnam.
Both were poisoned and then dragged by rail to Iraq. They did this to make it look like an accident. This case has gone on in the media as usual. But no one knows who killed them. Thus the death of many since Homi Baba remains an unsolved mystery.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.